Hey, Design 39 families, Joe Pelding.
Armina Emoto supporting TK3.
And Amy Richardson supporting 4-5.
And I'll be following up with the 6-8. So just again, a really big appreciation for all the work and the patience that you have with us as we do this design work together. Some of the early design constraints that we really committed to was ensuring that our families had that voice and choice all the way up to the end. Being able to make sure that you feel safe, either bringing your kids on campus or keeping them at home virtually. And so that was that really critical design constraint that we're building around. The other piece is around relationships. We want to make sure that those relationships with our LEDs that have been built, maintain and continue. And so just want to talk a little bit about that and how that's shaking out specifically at the different grade spans. So Harmina.
So we want to thank all of our families for attending the parent meetings that our LEDs had to kind of talk through what this day of planning will look like for them. And thank you for giving your preferences, because our LEDs today were able to use that data and start to design different prototypes and start fleshing them out to see what prototype would work best and give our designers the best learning opportunity here at Design 39. And while doing that, also keeping in mind their own self-care as well, and what that could look like. So our TK through 3 LEDs have been spending the whole day looking at the data and then really trying to figure out how we can best meet the needs of our families and our LEDs all at the same time.
Amy, what's
same with
talking about? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Amy. Same with 4-5. 4-5's worked really hard. Spending the day planning, looking at the data. They've been fleshing out that data as wanting to honor those relationships that they have with the students, to how that they can flesh that out to create, balanced classes both on campus and virtually. And then the next step is to create awesome learning spaces throughout the campus, when now they're looking at outdoor spaces and really trying to figure out ways to keep themselves, self-care, and students safe all on campus, and getting as much fresh air and the opportunities just to be outside and learn.
Yeah, when you think about that, just from the 39 days of giving and this opportunity to keep our staff safe, our collaborative is really reaching out and ensuring that they have the N95 masks to keep them safe, and other opportunities. So really appreciative of our parents in the collaborative. Just a little bit of the update with 6-8. Today was a learning day for them. We'll be looking at October, having a professional growth day for 6-8, and then that'll be a learning day for the TK5. So look for that coming up in October. So they're excited to plan and kind of really build out something that will be beneficial for everybody. We also want to just talk a little bit about preferences and some of the design constraints that go with this. As you know, there's been some conversations around why can't we pivot again in January. So when you actually count up the number of instructional days between when 4-5 would be landing into learning, is about 38 instructional days. It doesn't make any sense to pivot one more time. We want to create a consistent plan that we can count on, that we can keep building forward. Every time we pivot and we change, what we're talking about is structure. We're not talking about learning. So we really want to spend this time designing a thoughtful plan based off of the best information that we have, and then moving forward for a consistent period. If there are some nuances where we didn't get it just right, or there's some changes that are life changes for your family, we'll take those on a case-by-case basis, but we're going to be moving forward with our plan through the end of the year. The other piece is, as we're unpacking the data, what we're noticing is that some grade spans have 80% of their kids want to be on campus, and then in other spans it's 50-50. That has created a design constraint around keeping families in the same AM and PM model. So as you know, it's going to be really important that we, one, design around ensuring that you can pick if you feel good on a virtual or on campus. The preference around AM and PM might not actually line up completely for your family. And so we just want to make that transparent for you. We'll be unpacking that with you in the coming weeks as we line up the complexities around over 800 kids and trying to connect the dots between the needs of what's happening at K in that design space and the need to happen and look differently at 4-5. And so we can continue to have these conversations. You'll hear again from your LEDs in the coming weeks, but most importantly, we have a October 1st town hall meeting. We'll all be joining in at 7 o'clock to talk this through, chat through some of your questions and thoughts, and then more importantly, just to unpack as we continue to design forward. As you know, we don't rush these things. We're super thankful that we got the opportunity to re-evaluate your preference, take that data into consideration, design an experience that will be great for everybody, And then ultimately, as we heard from Amy and Harmina, it's just around equal access, because it's around one school that has two ways to access it. So you're not going to have the virtual learning experience and the on-campus learning experience. It's one school, one experience, and how do you want to get that experience is either at home or on campus. So we're thankful that we can do that and that we do that in partnership with you. So again, thank you. Harmina, any final words?
Have a great weekend.
Amy?
No, just thank you for your ongoing support. We couldn't do it without you as families and collaborative. So we appreciate everything that you do for us.
All right, here we go. In it together.